anything as serious. And I was walking around the hospital, and you, as positive as I was, you cannot help but get a little bit nervous, you know. Boy, there's a possibility that you end up, you know, not getting out of here. So it was a little bit scary. And I remember on the last day, I'll never forget this, it was July 5th, they brought me downstairs in a wheelchair, and they were letting me out. And I was at the Deaconess Hospital, and my wife was with me. And right outside the Deaconess Hospital, there's a nice little park across the street. It's not a big deal, but there's about maybe 10 trees, a few benches. And it was grassy and greeny, and it was just one of those kind of scenes, you know. And it was a beautiful, hot day, and they brought me down in the wheelchair. And as soon as I came out the door, it dawned on me that I had not been outside even for 10 or 11 days. And I was so happy to be out of the hospital. And I'll never forget this. I come out of the hospital and I hit the sidewalk, and this unbelievably fabulous breeze hit me across the face. And I can remember just feeling that and feeling so happy and full of life. And I can remember I started whimpering a little bit at first, and then I started blubbering. I was crying, just completely bawling my eyes out. And I'll never forget this because my wife, who had been the rock the entire time, had never been able to cry, that I saw anyway, not in front of me. And when she heard me, she turned around, and we were waiting for the valet to get her car. And when she heard me whimpering, she turned around, she saw me crying, she just let go and started bawling her eyes out. And now here we are on the sidewalk, I'm in the wheelchair, hugging each other, just crying our eyes out. It was wonderful. And then the poor valet pulls up and he looks at us and he thought he smacked up the front of the car. I will never forget what happened though. I got in my wife's truck and we started driving home. And we're going along Stour Drive, or it could be any highway, doesn't matter. And I was like a new little puppy, honestly. I'd never been outside. I was just looking around. I was so thrilled to be out. We're driving along Stour Drive, and I remember thinking, oh, I love Stour Drive. And we got into some traffic right away, of course, and I remember thinking, I love traffic. It's wonderful. You know, and I love to tell that story because I like to remind myself how I was that day. I did love Stour Drive. I did love traffic. You know, and that's a feeling that I like to keep that attitude because I'm already caught up in business and work and money and all those things again. And I have to remind myself all the time, and I would like to remind you and ask you to try to remember to feel the breeze. It's so great to be alive. Thanks a lot, guys. You've been a great audience.
Dave, if you had just 3 ideas to give to cancer patients and their families, what would they be?
Well, number one, and most important, is to get involved in your own recovery. Number two, I'd say find your own magic mud. Everybody has a place like this in their life. If they had a choice to go to, they could. And third, I would say to remember to please feel the breeze. Enjoy life while you can.